It kind of is, arguably. But the reason I was late to start was because I was working on this, and I could not bring myself to give up on working on Cassidor quite yet. So we're just gonna keep doing this for a little bit. Just as soon as I make sure that my face is still registering properly. Oh, this should be alright. This is actually my first time drawing Cassidor. But last time I was kind of just editing, photoshopping it more or less. I took this screen grab over here and just warped it to look more like a playable character and then drew over some of it. But it looked quite awful overall. And I really did love Cassidor, so I figured I better do him some justice. I think it's such a shame when Genshin makes these really great NPC characters, and occasionally even like gets halfway to giving them a great design, and then just does nothing with them. Like instead of introducing random playable characters that didn't have anything to do with any story, it would make so much more sense to make those and spend more time on those NPCs and make them into playable. Like I can totally see a version where Cassidor, got his body back. Especially being in Fontaine, he could have even gotten like an oceanid body or something. I don't know, but like, did he have to like just cease existing? Maybe quite sad. Or like I forget her name, but the Koi Adepti in Ginyu Vale. Her dress and everything was so pretty, but then she had like an NPC face and NPC body. And it's like, why not just go like one step further and turn her into someone that we can use in the future? But yeah, at the moment, Cassidor is my Roman Empire. I can't forget about him. Can't leave him alone. Just drag him in wherever I possibly can. Zoomed in like this, he really looks like the Wanderer, which is probably showing my biases a bit since the Wanderer is my favorite playable character. I did have a lot of fun working on Cassidor design. A, because there's kind of that basis to go off of, and it's fun seeing how you can turn a, relatively intricate design that's also kind of shapeless. Like, it needs a different silhouette. It needs an addition to the silhouette so that it has actual form. But that's kind of just the NPCs for you. But it was fun taking this and adding all that form to it in a way that makes it look much more aesthetically appealing. But then it's also, you know, it has a sort of Greek aesthetic, and Asterism, my comic, is, I mean, it's a bit more than Greek aesthetic, it is just based on Greek myth. So I feel like this was right up my ballpark in terms of the kind of stuff that I usually draw. One of my favorite little details is these like tiger cat stripes on his pants. It took me forever to figure out what those should look like, but I really wanted to tie it in because it's on his cat form. And then I also really liked the way his eyes turned out. Unfortunately, the hair design I went with covers the eyeshadow, but I really like the idea of having the inverse eyeshadow of the eye with those odd eye dual tone heterochromia. So now the main thing is trying to figure out what sort of patterning design to put on these blank swatches of clothing, because Genshin would never. Far, far too plain for them. First step is, however, relatively simple, which is adding what I've been given. Also, for like full disclosure, the base form of this, it's just Kava. It's just there in the background, who I used to make the shape of. Of course, not the eyes or the hair or anything, which, having now pulled the Kave back up, it looks like my hair needed to be significantly bigger. But, oh well, I guess. Kave with that hair. Oh gosh, doing it like that really does make the hair look small. I feel like that's one of the number one things in my art that I never really notice, but always kind of matters, is that the hair doesn't have enough height in the back. And yeah, now having seen that, I think it requires a tiny bit of liquify at least. Okay, why is it not doing anything? Oh. I have an area selected. Don't mind me being stupid. At the moment, you have these little tufts of sort of pseudo cat ears, but I do plan on giving him actual ears at some point, just as like an option, kind of. Kitchen really missed their shot to have a cute catboy character. So many missed opportunities with Cathedor. Endless missed opportunities. Forget how much the clock can just like mess everything up. And the whole new problem arises. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, definitely. I think I may secretly be procrastinating working on these clothes details. I'm just like, oh, what else can I do instead of working on that? So the border effect is something I only like really just recently started using, and wow, do I regret not using it sooner. It's such a significantly convenient tool, you know? Jet, that's another example of a playable character that was just so much missed potential. Like, why even spend so much time making a character so interesting and likable, only for them to ultimately be nothing in the grand scheme of things? No, that's overstating. I had that kind of photoshopped version of them posted on Hoyle Lab at one point. I'm trying to pull that back up and see what I did, because I know I did a little more than Photoshop, but not much. And I'm stumped on in terms of design. Oh, it was really ugly. Never mind. I don't want to reference this. There are maybe a few cues I can take for it from it, but overall, not really. a little bit. Like everything I do is probably just gonna make him look more like Wanderer. My bias is being really evident. I'm trying to think if there are any other major OCs that kind of deserve a lot better. Um, the Yaksha, maybe? The Red Yaksha specifically, I think we got an in-model character for him. He was just awful. Oh, complete, well, not complete jump. The the other Adepti, after we got Xianyan, oh my god, they did them so dirty. Because now they do have human models, and they're just NPCs. And I don't think that can really be easily overridden. Checkers make no sense, but I like the way they look. I suppose maybe Kirara's already got a monopoly on the checkers, though. That's not bad. The Photoshop version has a blue version of it up here, kind of. Actually, I really like it when it's faint like that. Indecisiveness. Nah, I like the white better. I feel like we learn a lot from Genshin about color balance and character design. There's always such a good blend of neutral whites and blacks with the bright colors. Haven't yet quite mastered how to do that in my own work. And now that I'm looking at it like this, there's not enough color contrast from this layer and the panels. So my immediate thought is I have two options. One is to darken that layer. Which slight change. Was into it for half a second. I mean, kind of like that. Again, it's just getting too much into Wanderer territory. I'm not going to darken this. Yeah, I don't hate that idea. I just don't want to cover up the tiger stripes. Yeah, I think that works quite well. I feel like getting pretty close to the Genshin level of extravagant character design. So I don't want to go too much further. So I might just add shading first to see how that looks. Really, oh, really basic on the shading though. We're kind of going halfway between the splash art and the 3D. Sure how I ended up using this particular brush. I'm going with it because I kind of like that bleeding edge, but don't like it when it ends up hairy. Look at you, run out of things to talk about. I should probably head over to the actual game at this point, but I still just want to finish Cassidora up as much as I can. wish he had the potential to get as much attention as Jet did, but seeing as he's gone, just like left behind an actual cat, that's never gonna happen. I kind of want to be that delusional person who puts down in the what would you like out of Genshin? Playable Cassidor. That's all. That's all I'm aiming for. I would stop being free to play for a playable Cassidor. I'm gonna look up Wander and see just how similar this is. Wait, why is it actually kind of almost identical? That's an unfortunate coincidence. I blame Genshin for giving them a similar color palette. Like the off shoulder, the white, the blue over the one shoulder with the circular thing there. It's perhaps a tiny bit too close for comfort. But we are going to casually pretend like there's nothing to see here. I'm sure there's more I could do to associate his design with the Sea of Bygone Eras, and I wish I could think of a good way. I don't even know technically what this symbol is. I can just see that it appears on him twice. And I feel like there is a symbol for the sea, like on the Genshin interactive map, that I could be using. But that works for now. It kind of has like a cool Omega E, as in the Greek letter, look to it. I kind of want to give him painted nails, and then I'll actually go over to Genshin. I love that Milani has a design that's more than just a solid color on her nails, like the multiple colors, and then also the design. So I think I'm going to give him blue with gold tips. The gold tips, of course, being inspired by, aka copying from, my design for Delphi. They're not even visible when you zoom out, but that's fine. I know they're there, and that's all that counts. I don't know how I ended up with this many layers. It's kind of crazy. This is where I'll leave Cassiodor for now. I will come back at some point, actually. Everything just fell over. I'll come back at some point and actually finish him off. Maybe add a couple more patterns and shading. Oh, his boots definitely need some work done. But I do really like his design. I think he would be such a cutie in the game. But alas. Oh, and also before I leave Clip Studio, just because I briefly mentioned it before, oh, I don't even know where it is. Oh, well, never mind that if I can't find it. Somehow, even though I spent some time today transferring all my old files onto this computer so that I could have them, the design for Hera, which I mentioned yesterday, looks a lot like Lizard Guy in 5.0. I can't find that file. So instead, I will just go ahead and actually start Genshin now. 37 whole minutes in. While we're waiting for that to load, how about a really quick digital detour? Unless it doesn't want to work. And evidently it doesn't. Hey, not much. Just working on pulling up the Genshin. It always takes a really long time to load on my computer. I'm having a pretty decent one, thanks. I hope you're having a good day. I spent the last little while doing a little bit of drawing, redesigning Cassidor from the Sea of Bygone Eras in Genshin as a playable character. Thanks. I had a lot of fun making her. I made it myself. She still has a few issues, but she works well enough. Oh, nice, that's cool. I always struggle a lot with graphic design type stuff.
やっと着いたぞ。ここがムアラニの故郷の流線の州だな。へえ。
I have. I ended up not liking them in the end though, for the more clean aesthetic. Right now I'm just messing around because I noticed the last few times I streamed Genshin I was blocking all the dialogue, so I'm trying not to do that this time. Yeah, maybe I'll look into it then. I'm not totally sure what you mean by static. Hey, Shaflander Ace? I have no idea how you're supposed to say that. that's a lot easier to just call you Ace. I think I'm alright, Josie. I really appreciate the offer, though. The calculators are hilarious, of all things to add. Honestly, I'm not sure what my Discord username is. It's probably Comet Suns, but it might not be.
あなた、お酒を一本持ってきてちょうだい。
一本で足りるのか？二本持ってこよう。夜まではまだまだ時間があるからな。この後、黄金の夕暮れに行かないか。
These NPCs are living the life. Sure, I can do that after the stream.
これでこそバカンスって感じ？素敵ね。
I've been meaning to create a Discord server anyway, so I can get around to that.
賑やかだな。モアラに何かお祭りでもやってるのか？
Yep, after stream.
毎日をお祭りのように過ごすっていうのが私たちのモットーだよ。毎日が祝うべき日なんだ。あちこち見て回らない？案内するよ。どこから行こうかな。花歌レコード、コランチェ広場。選択肢はいっぱいあるけど、やっぱり一番のおすすめはもちろん温泉だ。
I took a photo of the chat on my screen so that I remember.
ゆっくり浸かるとぐっすり眠れるんだ。
Everyone going to the hot springs just in their regular day clothes. That's hilarious. That's gonna be so uncomfortable as they go out the rest of their day.
一緒に入るのか？恥ずかしがらないで。ほら、着替えに行こう。ムアラに？誰？お手屋おばさん？
おばさんって呼ぶなって言ってんでしょ。そんなに老けて見える？
That's on Twitch, right? Should probably figure out how to unblock the whispers. I have to say it. Oh. I got feedback there because I had the stream open on my computer. It confused me a lot for a second for no reason. Oh yeah, I still total new at this, so there's a lot of things I'm not sure how to do, or like what I should do in certain regards.
この二人を天然温泉に連れて行こうとしてるのね。
紹介するね。こっちは旅人で、隣の小さい子がパイモン。二人とも灘に来たばっかりだから、こ この風習を体験してもらおうと思って。よろしくな。
はじめまして。私はアテア。
Oh, hey, another NPC with a vision. That's kind of crazy. They've been doing that a bit recently, but they never used to, right?
あとちょっとで勝てたって。ほんと悔しいな。でもカチーナちゃんに負けたのは仕方ないって思うよ。あの子
And I'm still,
そんなことより温泉
I don't get why they can't make characters like this playable. If you're even going to give her a vision, then make her into a character that will one day be playable instead of just creating playable characters that have nothing to do with anything. I'm still kind of sour about like Yao Yao. What, like, why did we get her but not Cassidor? Or Jet for that matter.
旅人とパイモンに水着を選んであげないと。あ、そういえばお店にちょうどいいのがあったな。ちょっと待ってて。
待ちなさい。温泉のルール。まさか忘れたわけじゃないでしょ。何のルールって、もしかして。
I swear, if we go through all this and we don't get swimsuits again, when they talk about giving us customization, skins and stuff, and then nothing ever happens, except for occasionally, like the vtube mask. So disappointing.
外から来た人はそのまま天然温泉に入っちゃいけないの。まずは人工温泉で。
そんな怖いものじゃないよ。簡単に言うと、天然温泉の水温はちょっと高いから誰でも耐えられるわけじゃないの。
I kept on having my eyes closed, so I hope that recalibrating it fixes that a bit.
前に旅の人がやけどしたことがあって、それでこういうルールが生まれたんだ。外国の人はまずは比較的ぬるい人工温泉を試して、慣れたら天然温泉に入れるってね。
I've never been in an actual hot spring. I've been to a couple of natural cold springs in the past, in Florida and around in a couple different places. And then I visited a hot spring a few times, but they were all the type that you would totally get completely burned by and you can't get even close to because you would just die. So it's funny taking that into the game.
でもアテアさん、そこまで厳しくしなくても大丈夫じゃない？この人たちは
温泉を舐めるやつはみんなそう言うけど、気をつけた方がいいと思うわよ。最近の天然温泉は安定してないの。アビス侵入の兆しかもしれない。
My eyes are still closed, aren't they? I swear. I don't know how I need to like adjust my screen so it doesn't do that. Then when I go to check it out, it's not doing it. So I just look away and then I go back and all of a sudden I'm just dancing around with eyes completely closed. Part of it is probably that I do wear glasses, so it might get a little confused by the rim of those, but it still drives me a little crazy. Oh well, if I'm walking and talking around and my eyes are closed, just let me know.
ちょ
I want to see Paimon with a sword. She needs to prove her worth in our team.
用心するに越したことはないわ。私がいる限り危険な目に遭わせたりしない。ムアラにまずはお客さんたちには人工温泉に行ってもらいましょう。
はいはい、そうするよ。
いい子ね。言っとくけど小細工は通用しないわよ。後で人工温泉も見回りするから、もしもあんたの姿が見当たらなかったら。
Driving me crazy. It's so weird seeing that on her, especially since this is like the kind of watery tribe or whatever. But maybe, maybe her vision powers would be like boiling hot spring water or something.
わかってるってば。そういえばアテアさん、体の調子はどう？
だいぶ良くなったわよ。じゃなきゃこんな人数の面倒を見る余裕なんてないでしょ。こーらちびども、温泉で遊ぶなって言ったでしょうが。
I really like her leg brace thingies.
やばい、あのうるさいおばさんがまた来た。逃げろ。
待ちなさい。今日こそ説教してあげるから。
元気なやつだな。おばさんは流星の州では知らない人がいないほど伝説級にすごい人なんだよ。私がコメウを手に入れる前からおばさんは有名な選手だったの。流星の州には温泉が大好きな女性がいて、よく温泉の集まりを開いてるってみんな知ってるよ。
I mean, it's sounding more and more likely that her vision ability would have been boiling water. Something to
こ
do with
の
hot
集まりに
springs.
参加した人を戦友って呼んでるんだ。リリュウとかケウラにフィチャマとか、みんな尊敬されてる選手だよ。あ、エンジン様もそう。
I think Lilio? Anyway, I think that might have been the ice person with the vision who Kachina fought in the last section.
ここで暮らしてたらオイラも毎日温泉に入れそうだな。それででもね、ある戦闘でアテアおばさんはアビスの魔物に腹部を
And
貫
they're
かれたの。
sending Kachina, the little baby, to this. I can't get behind it. I think we need to do an audit on the Pyro Nation on that land.
救援が間に合ったおかげで命に別状はなかったけど、もうこの先温泉には入れないって医者に言われたのよ。
That's sad in like the stupidest way.
お湯に浸かるとアビスの力による臓器の侵食が加速して命が削られちゃうんだって。そんなにひどい傷を負ったのか。道理で体に傷跡があるわけだ。一見わからないよね。アテアおばさん、それにたとえ自分が入れなくてももっとたくさんの人に温泉を楽しんでもらいたいっておばさんはここ数年ずっと人工温泉を掘り続けてるの。これも尊敬してる理由かな。
I keep having to seriously fight my instincts to click through as soon as I'm done reading instead of letting the dialogue play out. But I know that I should, especially if there are people watching. But it's so hard not to just click as soon as I'm done reading.
さて、この話はここまで。温泉に連れてってあげるね。もしおばさんが先に着いて私たちがいないのに気づいちゃったら怒るよ。
Eyes closed again. I swear.
この世に純粋な自由なんてないのさ。風さえいつか止む時が来る。
るほど。いいアイデアだね。気に入った。
な、族長は絶対に同意してくれるって言っただろ。
I want to kind of, I want to keep a tier list of how dark the skin tones get in that one. I feel like this is probably going to be top of that list, unfortunately.
じゃあ今すぐ行動しようぜ。絶対に誰にも知られないようにな。
はーい、アミナ、ヒクエル、マロカーン。何してるの？楽しそうじゃん。
This one character on the edge seems like 2 steps away from being a playable design.
ムアラにおかえり。あれ、その二人は？
こっちは旅人とパイモン。
Also, was that crazy guitar thing on her back?
二人を天然温泉に連れて行こうと思ってたんだけど、アテアおばさんにバレちゃったからこっちに来たんだ。
奇遇だね。私たちもちょうどアテアさんの話をしてたんだよ。
Where can I get her hat? I want that. I want that very badly. I've seen a few like shark with teeth out hats, but I like the aesthetic of this one a lot. The little jagged teeth and, I mean, just the Genshin aesthetic, let's be honest.
あのさ、ムアラにアテアさんの病気良くなってるみたいだ。気づいてたか？
本当？なんでわかるの？
お前が外でトレーニングしたり大会に出たりしてる間、アテアさんはよく夜に一人で温泉に行ってたん
Okay,
だ。
but that's not a good thing, right? That's gonna accelerate her injury?
部族の北の洞窟にある温泉覚えてるだろ？以前はよく行ってたけど何かしらの理由で廃棄されたらしい。お前も知ってると思うけど、前はお湯に触れることすらできなかった。それが今は頻繁に温泉に入ってる。だからアテアさんのために内緒であの廃温泉を改造してパーティーを開いてやろうって思ってるんだ。族長からも OK が出たし、ムアラにあんたも一緒にやってくれよ。
I feel like something bad's gonna happen with this.
こういうことす
I'm
るの
not confident that
私抜
anything's
き
gonna
って
go
のは
well.
なしでしょ。でも今はもっと重要な用事があるの。温泉が終わった。
今はお客さんをもてなす方が大事だからね。ここはこの数年で開発したばかりの人工温泉だけど、天然温泉と比べても全然劣らないよ。なんて言ったって私たちの心血が注がれてるからね。気に入ってくれると嬉しいな。
I think that the endpoint of Genshin needs to be a theme park with all the different nations, rides, onsen, everything. That'd be so good.
見回
So
りの仕
cool.
事も忘れないでね。アビズはいつ襲ってくるかわからないから、警戒は常に怠らないようにしなくちゃダメだよ。
Amina is still giving such playable character vibes.
安心してくれ。気をつけとく。
That's the chief? Hey, wait a sec.
それじゃあ先に行ってくるぜ。ムアラに後で廃温泉でお茶を。
私もこれで失礼するね。楽しんできてちょうだい。
Come to think of it, didn't the chief of the Whisper of Echoes, I think it was called, Kachina's tribe, didn't he also have a strange weapon, like a giant hammery thing? I wonder, there's got to be some sort of lore around that. I don't know if I missed it, or like what specifically it is, but they have crazy weapons for NPCs. Or I guess in her case a guitar, but crazy props in that case.
水着はバッチリ用意したから更衣室まで案内するよ。
If after all this, we don't get to put on swimsuits and see our traveler in a new outfit for the first time ever, I'ma throw hands. Just saying.
早く。
The way my hopes are actually getting up so high. And we're probably just gonna get like an illustration. Yep, just an illustration. It's cute though. Is it too much to want customization for the traveler, though? Oh, Paimon with her hair looks... What? Oh, she looks really cute. Does she normally... She doesn't normally have enough hair to put into a ponytail like that, right?
初めて温泉に入った時、私全然落ち着きがなくってさ、パパとママの目を盗んで熱い浴槽に飛び込んだの。で、二人がすごく焦って探し回ってくれてるところに、ゆっくりと水面から顔を出したらしいんだ。
It's funny to think about... Yeah, it's funny to think about if you're either, then all you're gonna see is just a shirtless guy. Like, her swimsuit's really cute, but what would... I doubt that either gets anything.
前のことだから後で聞かされた話なんだけど面白いよね。ママに似て泳ぎ上手で、初めて泳いだのに自然と潜れちゃったんだって。
Also, Kachina's really cute. I didn't think I'd like her character much from like the trailers and everything, because normally I don't like that kind of high energy character, but she's adorable. I love her. Not Kachina, Mulani. Kachina too, same thing applies. Didn't think I'd like her, I really did. But also Paimon looks so cute. I was a little bit curious about how she's keeping the bandana on. Like, that feels strange.
だからもし泳ぎたくなったら安心して泳いで。何かあったらすぐ助けて。本当か？おいらもやってみ。あ、テアさん。
Wait, Paimon's got... Oh, come on. I need Paimon with pigtails and that cute little outfit on. Oh, that's adorable. And the little Lumine skirt and everything. Ugh. And also I need those cookies right now as well.
ちゃんとここにいてほっとしたよ。牛乳とお菓子を持ってきたからここに置いておくわね。
Oh, I wish Paimon looked like that so much. The pigtails are so stinking cute.
人工温泉はぬるめだからチビ流ビスケットとグレインチップスを選んだの。食べてみてちょうだい。
Also, I really love the vibes of this so far. Like, it's so chill and calm. And I am also just waiting for everything to burn up, you know? I mean, it's not like it's the Pyro Nation, it's gotta.
私が作ったんだから。
I just keep pausing to take pictures of this because it's so cute. It kind of reminds me, with Clarin's story arc, where you gotta see the little D&D versions of the characters down in the corner. I really loved that too.
温泉の醍醐味を本当に分かっている若い子は少ないのよね。いい？お菓子は温泉の熱さに合わせて選ぶの。浸かる時間も温度によって調整するのよ。
Catch me googling the nearest hot springs to where I am.
温泉に浸かりながら雑念を追い出すの。だから温泉で泳ぐのはとっても失礼な行為よ。真似しないでね。さて、あんたらはここの暑さにも慣れたみたいだから天然温泉に行っても大きな危険はないはずだよ。じゃあ私は行くけど牛乳を飲むのを忘れないでね。特にムアラに。あんたは小さい頃から牛乳が嫌いでこっそり温泉に流したりするんだから。私が見ていなくたってもうそういうことはやめなさいね。
分かってるって。そんなこともやってたのかよ。温泉に牛乳を流すなんて。
Oh, sorry. I just moved my second computer closer so I could look at the screen, and I put it on top of my cat. Did not realize he was there.
あの時はバレないと思ってたんだけど、水が澄んでるプールだったから目立っちゃって現行犯で捕まっちゃった。
That still just feels really gross, pouring milk into the hot springs.
光りすぎるとめまいがする人もいるんだけど、大丈夫そう？
Now that I moved my computer closer, I can confirm that I am wandering around with closed eyes most of the time. So I'm just gonna try and fix some settings. Oh, I got really tiny. Let's see, this should be about good. Oh, that I'm off screen. Alright, let's try this on for size.
オイラは大丈夫だぞ。ちょっと
体質が温泉に合ってるみたいだね。午後はみんなと一緒に廃温泉を改造しに行くから、君たちにはついていってあげられ。あいつらのセンス本当に微妙でさ、ほっといたらどんな変なのが出来上がるかわからないんだ。だからごめん。埋め合わせに
うんうん。温泉に入れてもらってお菓子までもらったんだ。オイラたち困った時はお互い様だ
Am
ろ。
I doing a story quest instead of the Archon quest?
申し訳ないぞ。
This feels like too much of a detour.
ほんと、それじゃあ一緒に空前絶後の最高の温泉パーティーを作り上げ。
No, it is right. That's kind of strange. Like, really strange, isn't it? To spend this much time on things that have nothing to do with other characters. Or the Archon for that matter. Maybe the Abyss are gonna show up at the hot spring party or something.
うわらに
手伝いに来たんだぞ。
え、そんなのダメだろう。大事。
まあまあ、二人もこう言ってくれてるんだし、気楽にやろうよ。どこから始めようかな。温泉の湯の出口が詰まっちゃってるみたい。取り除かな。隅っこのボロボロな箱も捨てるべきだね。カビ臭い。
As all get out? I don't think I've seen that phrase before.
ねえねえ、誰か布地とか木材とか装飾を買ってきてくれない？それとお菓子も。
Genshin characters go to Costco.
値引いてもらうのも忘れないでね。
値段交渉は苦手だぞ。お前が行ってきてくれよ。
俺だって無理だぜ。どんなのを買えばいいかもわからないし。じゃあさ、こっちのことは俺たちに任せて、あんたたち3人で
それもそっか。じゃあついでにお店とかも案内できるしね。じゃあ行ってくるよ。またここに戻ってくるね。
I definitely really was not expecting so much time to spend on this stuff. Because thinking with the Fontaine one, well, yeah, no, Liney's court hearing and everything really tied in to everything going on with the Archon quest.
ムアラニじゃありませんか。
And then
彦
Sumeru
先生も
though,
巡礼に参加してきたんですか
it was all about the sages, so it was. Yeah, I don't think they spent this much time on stuff that was
試合に勝ち負け
adjacent
は
to
つき
at
ものです
best.
からね。気にしない気にしない。さて、
It's cute though, you know, it builds the sense of a nation, the immersion and everything.
ねえ、今日はめちゃくちゃ大きな買い物だから。
そんなにたくさん？パーティーでも開くんですか？
そうだよ。ここだけの話だけど、 テアおばさんのために温泉パーティーを準備してるの。
アテアさんはもう温泉に入って大丈夫なんですか？よかったですね。そしたら装飾品はおまけで、布地と木材は2割引き。いかがですか？
もう一声。あの木材、前回見た時からずっと隅っこに置いてあったでしょ。早く処分しないとカビが生えちゃうよ。
Bargain and Mulani in action.
はいはい。はあ、本当にしょうがない子ですね。住んでくるからちょっと待っててちょうだい。
ムアラにやるな。
へへん、任せてよ。そうだ、ねえねえ、ここにある石って売り物かな？
Which two? I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stones.
興味があるんですか？それは安くないですよ。
分かってる。これは値切らないから分けて包んでよ。
Excuse me.
カチーナちゃん、こういうキラキラした小物が好
That's
き
cute,
なんだ
but
よ。
also like,
だから
they
見つ
even-
けるたびに買ってるんだ。
would they have met outside of the tournaments? They're from completely different areas, different tribes and everything. Ah. My mic's falling over. I'll just have to hold it down. And then also Kachina's from, you know, the place that does all the mining. So the stones feel kind of superfluous for her.
カチーナちゃんが勝って帰ってきたらプレゼントしようと思って。
She returns
きっと気に入って
dead.
くれると思うよ。
I'm gonna call the chat CS or CPS. Yeah, CPS on Genshin on Mualani in particular for encouraging it.
お待たせしました。漏れはないかしら。確認してくださいね。
どれどれ？ジュースが一箱多いけど。
ああ、それはおまけです。お代はいりませんよ。7年前、集落にアビスが侵入した時、アテアさんは兄の命を救ってくれました。アテアさんは何もいらないと言ってくれたけど、この恩は忘れません。アテアさんによろしくお伝えくださいね。楽しいパーティーになりますように。
絶対に最高に賑やか
I mean,
な
how she went from haggling to being super generous about it.
ありがとね。買い物終わり。じゃあ戻ろっか。
Mualani, for no reason in particular, totally reminds me of a Pokemon. Or at least like the Pokemon characters for some reason.
うわあ、だいぶ綺麗になったね。つまりもなんとかできたんだ。お見事。
当たり前だ。そこに潜って半日もかけて砂利や泥を取り除いたんだぞ。そっちはどうだ？全部変えたか？
It's kind of funny costume design here. In the fact that he's like wearing half a wetsuit top, and then super big pants that kind of look like scuba diving pants, and then just like boots. The boots don't match.
いろいろ買ってきたぞ。洞窟の入り口に置いてある。
よし、あとひと踏ん張りだ。みんな頑張ろうぜ。
私がやるから君たちは少し休んでなよ。旅人、戻ってくる途中に考えたの。ここに綺麗な絵を描いて、お菓子と飲み物をあっちに用意して。
Return of the graffiti. Street art, perhaps?
どう？悪くないでしょ？
ほう、ムアラにやるじゃんか。
うちのお店のこともやってるからね。こういう手入れとか整理整頓には自信があるんだ。
So she's a jack of all trades. She does a lot of stuff, actually.
みんなの協力あってこそだけど。でもこんなに遅くまでかかっちゃったのは想定外。今からアテアおばさんを誘うのはさすがに無理だよね。
It was bright daylight outside.
アビスの侵入に備えて族長がパトロール隊を立ち上げたのは知ってるだろ。アテアさんも
そっか。じゃあサプライズは明日にお預けだね。
Didn't they say that she kept coming over at night, though? Like, I feel like there's a solid chance you would end up here before they surprise her.
うん。
Which, by the way, it's still quite ominous that she's heading over at night for no reason.
疲れてるところを温泉に誘ったらきっと喜んでくれるよ。じゃあ今日はこれで解散にしよう。旅人とパイモンも疲れたでしょ。宿まで送ってあげるね。
I feel like this totally somehow has to be referencing the Sydney Opera House, right? Like, the design form of it just looks too similar. Also, why do I feel like there's probably going to be a Pyroculus on top of that spire over there? Where even is that specifically? It's got to be in a place that's accessible. Just out of curiosity. How close does this get me to it? Of course, I ended up in a place where you can't even see over to it. Is that...
Yeah, say that.
That one really does feel huge. Is that the spire thing? Or... What? No! That's not what I wanted to do. Let's just see what we can see from over here instead. I spotted a Pyroculus. And I have no idea where the spire went. Oh yes, this is definitely tall enough to be the one I was pointing out from way over wherever I just was. Well, finding out what that spire was a bust, but I'm sure I'll figure it out I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. It's in a different direction than I thought it was. I went in the completely wrong area. Oh well, let's just pretend I did not do all that for no reason.
の温泉パーティーに備えて今日はしっかり寝ないとだな。早く中に入ろうぜ。
The aesthetic actually does make me wonder. Obviously, South America and also Africa were references, but was like Australia also referenced at all? Otherwise, I guess we're not getting the Australian continent, Oceania, or something like that. I don't like that. I can't remember what it's specifically called.
アビスが襲ってきたの。パトロール隊が魔物と激しくやり合ってる。ついてきて。安全なところに連れてくから。
My mic does not want to stand up.
ウアラに手を貸して。もう無理かも。まずい。すぐ行くから。もうちょっと耐えて。今助けに行くから。
I feel like the Atia is gonna be dead by the end of this. I don't have high hopes for her surviving.
全力攻撃だ。大地怒涛。はあ。
Oh, nice solid 131, huh?
アビスそのものだよ。やっつけよ
う。難攻不落。くらえ。属性を見下ろす。
100% sure what that mechanic is that flashes across the screen. Like if it's cueing me to do anything, or if it's just an indication that something's happening.
死ぬとこだった。
真理を循環する。加速するよ。来たよ。
I'm starting to like Milani's mechanics a lot more. In the beginning, I thought they were kind of annoying at best, but they're pretty fun.
私一人じゃもっと時間がかかってた。でも今夜の襲撃はこれで終わりじゃないって気がする。
It's totally daylight
どこ
outside.
から湧いてきたんだろう。アミナのところに行って聞いてみよう。アビス関連の防衛については私よりよく知ってるはず。
It really does feel like I'm playing a story quest right now. I like this character's, this NPC's design. That's fun. The kind of like sharky helmet. And also, again, with the crazy staffy thing. They went all out with the NPC designs in that one.
ウアラに、それにお客さんたち。
Case in point.
たくさんの魔物を倒してくれたって対策はしてるつもりだったけど、どうしても人手が足りなくて、魔物が防衛線を突破して集落の中まで入ってきたの。幸い、今のところ死者はいないみたい。
アビスはどこから侵入してきたの？
東から。アビスの胸門の位置は特定できてるけど、そこを攻めるのに十分な数の戦士をまだ集められてなくて。アビスの胸門って何なんだ？
アビスによって作られた扉とでも考
I just
え
picked
れ
up
ばいいかな。
Paimon. She was so stinking cute.
そこを通って
Now she's
侵
just
入
back
を
in the
食い止める
diaper.
にはアビスの胸門を壊さないといけない。それもできるだけ早くね。魔物が湧き続ければどれだけ強い戦士でも苦戦を強いられちゃう。
I wonder if there's any logical reason for the pylon not forming in the other nations.
うん。私もそれが一番心配。それに、魔物の数からして今回のアビスの胸門は一つじゃない。でも、
ならとりあえず東側のアビスの教門を片付けちゃいましょう。も
ちろんだぞ。花から暴漢を決め込むつもりなんかなかったしな。流線の衆を代表して感謝します。よろしくね。
時間がないから早速行こう。アミナも気をつけて。
I still feel like Atia's probably already dead. It's quite concerning. Well, I am in story mode. I like the way the guards are kind of all out and about, and it seems like they're actually chatting about the situation.
天へと前。
What made that boing sound? Weird.
遅い。属性を見よらさん。
Yeah, we even got guards over here fighting monsters and everything. That's fun. And now I feel kind of like if I don't help out with these battles, one of these battles will have been Atia, and I could have saved her. Oh, okay. For a second I thought the Natlan specific bar was my health bar, and I was like, whoa, I'm about to be that dead.
ついてこいなんて言ってない。属性を見よらさん。
Also, 102! I should not be seeing 102s out in the open world, no thanks.
これがアビスの教門か。
More of them.
さあ一気に潰そう。
恐るるに足らず。剣女盤石。燃えろ。
It's weird there's not even like much difference in difficulty with the 102, 103 enemies that you get from World Level 9, but like, psychologically, it's a lot.
天道万象。みんなは俺が待つ。
これでいいんだよ。
うん。近くに新しい魔物は出てきてないから。
こんな襲撃によく合うのか。大変そうだな。
大変じゃ大変だけど、先祖代々そうやってきたわけだし。アビスにしてみれば、こっちが大変だろうがなんだろうが関係ないでしょ。私たちは戦うしか選択肢がないの。
This little seal plush wristband thing she has too. It's so cute.
さあ、帰ろう。
Although, considering that her whole aesthetic is shark, and sharks eat seals, it feels a little out of place.
うわ、お花にあっちを見ろ。魔物がいっぱい出てきたぞ。あれ、あっちって確か。
待って待って。嘘でしょ。
Aw, that is kind of disappointing.
片付け
That's
たばっか
sad.
りなのに。この状況じゃあっちに支援に行ける人はいないかも。私たちで何とかしないと。
あれ、魔物が減ってきた。
みんな、もう少し頑張って。
I mean, I knew things wouldn't turn out well, but I still would have wished that we could have get to the party happily. I would have rather the party even crashed than for everything to have been for nothing. Oh, yep, there she is. Probably dead. Halfway to it.
は。
I'm nervous.
失礼ね。私がここにいるんだから弔問は片付いたに決まってるでしょ。
What's that ominous purple stuff coming off of her?
最善を尽くしたつもりだけど状況が状況だったからね。あんたたちの大事なものは大丈夫だったかしら。
今は離さないで。ひどい傷。アビスの侵食が進んで
She's
る。
gonna die. I'm prepared for disaster. Hi, Pico. Everything all right? Oh. Everything all right, Pico?
?こっちで合ってるか？おい、誰かいるか？ムアラに、それにアテアさん？どうしたんだ？二つ目のアビスの教紋が現れたって聞いて駆けつけてきたんだけど。
Yeah, she's clearly dying.
アビスの教紋はアテアさんが片付けてくれたよ。でも早くお医者さんを呼んできて。
いいの。自分の体のことを自分が一番よくわかってる。ここのものが壊れてないならそれでいいわ。
いや、実はアテアさんのために。
I can tell this is about to be really sad.
知ってるわよ。私へのサプライズなんでしょ。
アテアさん。
バレバレよ。普段は会ったら必ず挨拶してくれるのに
She
今
got
日は
that.
避けてばっ
She's
かり
got
だから。
that death tone in her voice.
きっと
Oh
私に
no.
黙って
Oh no.
何かやってるなーってすぐ思ったわ。それとムアラにお菓子はあんたが買ってきたんでしょ。お湯の温度に合わせて選びなさいって前にも言ったのに。
その話はいいから、お医者さんが来るまでもうちょっと頑張って。体が治ったらアテアさんの食べたいものを一緒に作ろう。
No? Do I not need to be crying right now?
この汚れの力は私たちの体内にある元素の力と相殺し合うの。
I obviously have no idea what's going on.
あれ、結晶が浄化されてる？いつの間に？
Gotcha, Pico. That's good. Good to hear that you're all right.
風魔流が苦しんで流した涙だ。
I love Minty. Venti's, Venti's one of
僕
my
も
top
涙の
top
結晶を持
5
ってるんだ
characters for sure.
浄化をお願いできるかな。
アテアさん、アテアさん、試すって何を？
Look at her go!
今のって
Great job,
吸
traveler.
収？アビスの力がそぎ取られていってる。
マジかよ。
No deaths here today. That's a win. That sound was not a healthy sound though.
アテアさん、
アビスが消えた。
Yay.
そうだよ。旅人が助けてくれたの。旅人は大丈夫なの？今、アテアさんの体からアビスの力を浄化してくれたんでしょ？君はアビスの影
That's
響
good,
を受けて
Pico.
ない
Keep
の？
watching out for your health. That's what's important.
本当に？よかった。
はあ、よかった。
I was so prepared to be sad. I'm almost disappointed that nothing happened.
さっきは本
I've
当
been
に
saying how
ヒヤヒヤ
ominous and how everything was going to turn out badly for like the past 20 minutes. And then everything's fine.
よーし、みんな今日は帰ってゆっくり休んで。アテアさんの体が治ったこととアビス撃退を祝して。
How disappointing. I wanted my
旅人と
death
パイ
and
ロンの
destruction.
感謝を込めて明日は盛大にお祝いしましょう。それじゃあ解散。
おい、
君にあんな力があったなんて。おかげで本当に助かったよ。
And this is where we say normally we can take powers from the statues, but not this
お
time.
前にアビスを浄化できる不思議な力があるってことを忘れてたぜ。モンドでもトワリンの涙を浄化したよな。
I want more Mondstadt content so badly. I want our Sea of Dandelions and the Barca and everything.
お？暗い顔してどうしたんだ？
If they added more leeway in 4 point whatever, surely they can add Mondstadt in 5 point whatever. Oh, do I get to be sad after all? So she gave
お湯
everybody
に浸か
false
る
hope.
とアビスの力による臓器の侵食が加速して命が削られちゃうんだ。
あのさ、ムアラにアテアさんの病気良くなってるみたいだ。気づいてたか？
お前も知ってると思うけど、前はお湯に触れることすらできなかった。それが今は頻繁に温泉に入ってる。これがどういう意味か言うまでもないだろ。
Oh, so she's like, if I'm gonna die anyway. Oh, that's sad.
何ぼーっとしてんだよ。 開けてられないぐらいだぞ。
I wonder if she thinks she's doing better now, or if she still knows that she's on the downturn. This is really making me wonder how long the Archon quest is. If this is around... It's probably been about 4 hours so far. Going through it relatively slowly, but nonetheless. And I haven't even gotten to like anything major yet. I'll probably finish up streaming after this hot spring party. Just to break it up into kind of neat sections of plot.
若い子たちと遊ばないの？お菓子が口に合わなかったかしら？それともってわけでもなさそうね。昨日はあんたがアビスの力を浄化してくれた。ああ、もう少し黙っていようと思ってたんだけど、せめてパーティーの間は興ざめになるようなことを言いたくなかったのよ。
I love the dancing, I just can't get over it. Look at them dancing around in the water, having such a grand old time with their shoes on. It's like Aka all over again.
何？
ちょっと散策に付き合ってくれる？
アテヤさん、どこ行くんだ？何かあったか？
なんでもないわ。賑やかだからちょっと落ち着いたところで休んでくるわ。すぐ戻ってくるから気にしないで。お菓子はあっちの箱の中にまだあるから。全部今朝の焼きたてよ。
じゃあ遠慮なくいただきまーす。
ムアラに
I still feel like this could have waited until after the party.
うん。
時間が経つのは早いわね。いつの間にかこんなに大きくなっちゃって。あんたが温泉で悪事を働いていたのが昨日のことみたいよ。両親は変わりないの？
仕入れのために街を出
It's
て
always a shocker when a parent has two, or,
一体どうしたの？
when a character has two living
なん
parents.
か変だよ、旅人。君、
自分の口で言うわ。実はこの頃温泉に入るようになったこの体はもうダメなの。昨夜の洞窟ではこちらの異教の旅人が助けてくれたおかげで今日はこうやってパーティーに
The nod reaffirming it. She's like, yeah, I'm like a few days out from dying. It's all
あ
chilled
と
up.
数日でしょ。だから1分1秒でも長く温泉に浸かってそうしていられる最後の時間を大切にしたかったのよ。
Aw, that's a good outlook though.
ムアラに
人工温泉で私が見ていなくったってもうそういったテアさんに本当に治ってほしかったのに。
治るのも死ぬのも私にとって大した変わりはない。どっちも祝うべきことなの。復活を経験したことがないあんたと違って私は死と窮地の中と言えるほどだからね。とも心残りがあるとすればあなたの状況がどんどん悪化していくのをこの目で見ながら怪我のせいで前線で戦えなかったこと。でもそれも
I mean, I know that Natlan's the nation of war, and maybe it's just my personal outlook on it, but like, their obsession with like fighting for their country,
あんたの姿を見たからよ。
as opposed to like providing other services which can be equally important. I don't know, it's not, it's not my favorite mindset, like, compared to like, you know, Subaru where everyone was in academia. Mondstadt, I guess they're all just like, let's be free. But at least that felt nice, and the contracts too and the way were interesting. Fontaine, with like the way they treated justice as like the spectacle I didn't love either. And I guess it feels kind of similar to the way that they treat war here.
流線の州やナタの未来
AKA, I'm still not about Kachina. She doesn't need to go to war.
あんたなら怪我がなくたっていつかは老いて死ぬ。できることはやりつく。覚えていて。生きている時も死んだ後も私はあんたたちと共にいる。
アテアさん、すでにいろいろ考えてたんだね。わかったよ。全力で部族とナタを守るから。アテアさんと同じようにね。
ねえ、それから旅人とムアラに
Is this finally tying back into why it's an Archon quest?
これを渡してくれる？生涯にわたって私に付き添ってくれたお守りよ。私から彼女への形見分けってところかしら。前線で戦ってた時、
Oh, I've been wondering what that was.
それは私に幸運をもたらしてくれた。怪我でこの中には私の思いと意志が宿ることでしょう。そう伝えてちょうだい。彼女なら
安心して。絶対に。
Aw.
伝えたい
So
ことは
hopefully
こ
that's
れでいいよ。
the next goal. Finally actually getting to meet the Archon.
旅人アテやムアラに早く来ないとお菓子がなくなっちゃうぞ。
Well, we can't have that. The snacks are the most important part by
入
far.
っちゃダメって言ったでしょ。ちょっと聞いてるの？人生は後戻りのできない旅なの。
I'm actually kind of surprised by how little happens in Act 1. Like, there was a little bit with Kachina, which, you know, made sense to be part of the Archon quest, I guess. But it also, it felt more like a Kachina story quest. So for the same thing to happen with Moalani is really strange. Huh. So I guess that was Act 1 of the Natlan Archon quest. In terms of, like, sheer impact, no pun intended, it was kind of weak, but I did like getting to know the characters a lot, and kind of getting the sense of the daily life in Natlan, I guess. But yeah, a little bit surprised, still find it quite interesting, and I suppose that is where we'll be wrapping up for today. Have a good one.